Hey guys, and welcome to another video. My name is Emma Tuttle. Today we are going to talk about my 2024 year in photography wrapped. So it has been a great year for photography. We have kept things very busy in our household and also very busy with photos. I have a lot of categories that I take photos in, and it just keeps me, entertained. But we are going to go over what all of that has looked like this year, what I have photographed the most of in terms of quantity, and also just kind of sharing with you what it's been like in 2024 as a photographer. So the categories that I photographed this year were weddings, realty, interior design, families, newborns, seniors, events, and brands. I think I went over all 8. I think I did it. So in 2024, I took more than 39,000 photos. Actually, let me clarify. I delivered more than 39,000 photos. Those are the full photos that I culled and edited and sent off to clients. But I know that I took considerably more than that. They just weren't keeper photos. So my camera has been through it, and that's great. I'm proud of my camera. It's done a really good job. So that evened out to about 192 photo sessions in the course of the year. There were slightly more than that, but I'd say that's close enough. And the travel was everywhere from Western Kansas to Kansas City. Everything was in state. So here is a little pie chart of all of the things that I photographed and the percentages of what that was. This pie chart is based on the quantity that I did. This is not based on how much money I made in each category. That is actually a very different kind of pie chart and not a pie chart that I wanted to take the time to make or share with you, because I do like to gatekeep a little bit. And so this is just going to show everything that I have photographed and how much. I was actually really surprised that realty was the biggest category. I had no idea. It made me really happy that I took the time to go and make this literally just for this video, but now for my own personal business to know, wow, realty was a huge chunk of what I did. And so it gives me some perspective going into 2025, like how important that category is in what I do. So some interesting facts looking at this pie chart are that this is my highest year of real estate ever, which I already mentioned, but also this is my lowest year of weddings. I only photographed 4 weddings this year, which was a big surprise. I haven't photographed that few weddings since I started 15 years ago. And that could just be the direction that my business is taking. It's not a problem to me that I'm not photographing that many weddings, but it's also just interesting. But also, I have focused my branding more towards interior design and realty photography because those are during the day. It's a little easier for me to photograph when I have a family as opposed to being away in the evenings and on the weekends. That's when you want to be with your people that you love. And so I have liked doing that. I've liked focusing on that. So I'm absolutely not complaining about not shooting more weddings. It's just something to observe. So if I were to ask what was my biggest area of growth this year, it would probably be in real estate. That's a topic or a category that has kind of scared me for a long time because it's very niche and there is a specific way to do it. And I have grown a lot in how I do it. I've learned to enjoy it more. I don't really think I would like it that much, but I have really liked it. I like learning about my craft, even if that means something that is totally away from photographing clients, like actual people and just places. I've actually had a really good time doing it and working with realtors, getting around town, seeing all the different properties that are out there. I find it oddly fascinating. And so, yeah, I've liked that. And I've liked getting to grow in that area. So if I had a bucket list thing to photograph in 2025, normally it would be travel-based, but this year is a little different because I'm having a baby. So it's not gonna be the Grand Canyon, it's not gonna be Paris, it's probably just gonna be photographing my baby's milestones because I'll probably stay home. I don't see myself traveling a lot, but I surprise myself and sometimes end up going places I don't expect. So we'll see what 2025 holds. But in terms of photos, it's gonna be about family and the people closest to me in my life. Now, professionally, what would I like to photograph more of? I would probably say seniors. I really enjoy photographing seniors. It's fun to photograph people when the world is their oyster. And the whole idea is basically just to have fun and to celebrate yourself. That's a great time. Now here's a very important topic I want to talk about, which is my snack of choice for photography in 2024. So I've been pregnant for half the year, for the busiest parts of the year. And so my snacks have been very important. Now in the past, I would do like Diet Coke and no snacks and just probably like buy something when I was on the road because that's just timing wise how I would have to feed myself. But being pregnant, I have to have snacks like all the time. My favorite snack of choice has been protein bars from Aldi. They are the best bang for their buck and they have so much protein in them, like 15 grams or something. And so I love those, and it's fresh fruit too, but those protein bars, those are king. Also, I used to love Diet Coke a lot, but my pregnant self is like, why are you putting that in my body? Which is probably what my non-pregnant self also says, but I ignore it. And so I've liked a lot of iced tea and just ice in general, which is such a stereotype. Now let's talk about my shoe of choice for 2024. In the past, I like to wear white sneakers or my little like Ariat booties, but I found that they did not offer enough support for this pregnant body. So I had to adjust, and I found myself showing up in wellies, like my little muck boots that I have, which I did not expect to wear to a lot of places, my hiking boots, and I loved wearing my hiking boots because they offer such good support. You could climb a mountain in them, like you really could. They're Danners, I love them. Or you could just go to a 30 to 45 minute photo session in a field and still get plenty of good foot support. So I was very surprised that those are my shoes of choice, but it was what made being a photographer and being pregnant possible, so that I could still show up to my shoots and not have just like the most tired, sore feet. So a weird thing to me about sharing all of this with you is that I'm revealing to you that I photograph a lot of things. Like they have the saying, grow rich in a niche, grow riche in a niche, however you want to say it. But that's not what I do. I have a wide swath of things that I photograph. I have said yes to a lot over the years and I've learned a lot. My skills have gotten very diverse as a photographer, and it has kept me in business. It has kept a roof over my head and my belly full. I'm not telling you that you should or shouldn't do either of those things, and I actually feel like it's a little vulnerable to reveal just like what all that I do. But I also think that it's really easy to get drawn into what an industry says you should do, like niche down, and then find yourself not really getting to live off of what you love, like photography. Anyway, just thought I'd mention that caveat. But guys, thank you so much for tuning in today. I hope this was interesting for you. I feel like it's more interesting for me, and I'm gonna look back and be like, oh, that was cool. I like seeing that pie chart. But maybe it gives you some insight into what just like a real day-to-day, year-to-year life of a photographer looks like, who actually lives off of her camera, which I do. So guys, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you like what you see here. Let's keep this conversation going. If you niche down, I would love to hear how that has helped you be successful as a photographer. Or if you don't, I'd be so happy to meet other people like me. Wherever you land, let's talk about it. Also, I'd love to get to 1,000 subscribers. So if you want to hit the subscribe button, it would mean so much to me. And I'm so grateful for those of you that have jumped on board. I'm hoping to produce more content going into 2025, and fingers crossed, make enough before I go on maternity leave so that you can still get content even while I'm raising a sweet baby. And please, if you have ideas on things you want me to share about or teach about, let me know. I know about so many things in photography and have had a lot of experiences. So I would love to help you on those, but it's always nice to know kind of what you're interested to know about. So keep that conversation going, get it going, and I can't wait to see what 2025 has to offer. See ya.